This man is going viral for pulling this kid from drowning. The story of this hero goes back to 2014 when it happened. A man was walking through the park. He suddenly heard some splashing. Luckily, after a few moments, the boy started coughing and moving his arms and legs. Everyone watching was so happy. They all started cheering and clapping because the man had managed to save the child's life. He stood up and dusted himself off. They were so grateful to the man who had saved their son. If he hadn't jumped into the water when he did, the boy might not have made it. Many people commented on what a good Samaritan he was. He said, "When I heard the splash, I assumed it was a young child, and I rushed to the edge of the lake. But when I got there, I heard the boy shouting for help. That's when I knew I had to jump in," he continued. "As a blind person, I have great hearing." They ran to the edge of the pond, but by that time, the man had already saved their son, and people were starting to gather around. He responded by saying, "I don't think the parents are to blame. He risked his own life to save the life of a stranger. And he didn't even think twice about it. The fact that he's also blind makes his actions even more admirable. See, he didn't let his blindness stop him from helping someone in need. I'm sure they were distracted by their dog. It can happen to anyone. I was just at the right place at the right time. Anyone else who heard the boy calling for help would have done the same thing. It was given to him by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Accidents. This organization rewards people who have saved lives. This man deserved it." The parents were incredibly thankful to the hero. They couldn't have asked for a better outcome. So when I heard the boy crying out for help, I was able to locate him. Blind people can be heroes too. Sometimes they might even be better at it than those who can see. Even though I couldn't see him, I knew exactly where he was. Didn't even want any recognition in the first place. He had simply done what he thought was right. However, we can still recognize him. We can recognize him for being a kind, selfless human being. One user said, "This man is a true hero." Make sure to stay tuned for more stories like these. Thanks for watching. Kudos to him for saving that little boy's life. He saved the child with his quick reactions and bravery. If we can all be more like this man, the world would be a better place. They said the parents were negligent and shouldn't have left their child alone by the pond. But this was actually a misunderstanding. Later on, it came to light that the parents were actually on the other side of the pond. They had been walking their dog and hadn't seen their son slip and fall into the water. Another said, "We need more heroes like this in the world." They thanked him and hugged him. Then they took the boy, who had fully recovered by then, home. Throughout the entire ordeal, the man who saved the child's life was blind. How could someone who couldn't see save a child from drowning? Well, here's how. You see, even though he was blind, he could hear perfectly fine. He heard the splashing and knew something was wrong. He might not have been able to see the boy drowning, but he could hear him. After the incident, the man was awarded for his bravery. Then he turned to look at the people who were applauding him. The most important thing is to listen closely to your surroundings. That's what this man did, that it saved the child's life. If you can't see, you might think you can't do anything, but that's not true. There are many things you can do if you can't see. He was confused because he didn't understand why they were doing that. What? He thought to himself, must be kids playing around. But as he got closer, he realized it wasn't kids at all. It was an adult male. This man was so deep in his thoughts that he didn't even realize he had started walking towards the pond. When he finally looked down, he saw a little boy struggling to keep his head above water. He immediately jumped into action and dove straight into the water. People standing by the pond were shocked. They watched as the man swam to the child. He reached out his hand and grabbed the little boy's arm and pulled him out of the water. She said, "You saved that boy's life. You should feel proud about that." The man still didn't understand, so she explained everything to him. "You saved that boy from drowning. It could have been a very bad situation. I think we should all give you a round of applause." After hearing this, the man realized what had just happened. He blushed and said, "I don't know what to say." "Thank you." People started clapping. One woman said, "Well done." As the man looked around, he noticed everyone staring at him with admiration. The man had no idea he was being stared at. At this moment, he was only focused on one thing, and that was making sure the kid was okay. He laid the child on the ground and started performing mouth-to-nose resuscitation. A woman who witnessed what had happened walked over to the man. People continued to cheer and applaud the man until the boy's parents arrived. This man is considered a hero, rightfully so. But there's something you probably haven't noticed yet. In an interview later on, the hero revealed how he had managed to save the child. So even if you are blind, you can still be a hero. After the incident, many people criticized the boy's parents. When they realized what had happened, they were shocked. Later on, the man was interviewed again. He was asked, "What would you say to the people criticizing the boy's parents?" This man truly is a hero. There are many people in this world who think that if they can't see, they can't do anything. But this man proves them wrong. Sadly, the hero didn't get much recognition after the incident. And it's not just us who recognize him. In 2017, the hero was given an award for his bravery. If it wasn't for him, the little boy might not have lived to see another day. So what do you think? What would you have done in this situation? Let us know in the comments below.